Hello Taggers, it's me and welcome back to some World of Tanks console. As I mentioned in one of the videos the other day, the Chieftain's out, isn't it, obviously, and a lot of you have probably got it already, but I had the choice. Either dropping a crap ton of gold and converting some free XP, or buying the Conqueror back and grinding it out the cheap way, which would mean taking a bit longer to get the tank and probably missing out on some views, maybe some new subs, but I wasn't going to spend like 9,000 gold converting XP just to get one tank. I think that's far too much. If I made a lot of money out of this channel, I would do it. I would do it straight away for you guys, but I don't, and I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying, you know, if I made several £100s a month, I would spend all of it on gold and get every tank in the game and make lots of videos, but I don't. So bought the Conqueror back, and I was just a bit annoyed to find that all of the packages which I'd researched and paid for in the past were now back to being, although they were researched, I had to pay for the top package again, which I think is a bit harsh. Seems I already had it in the past. There's been some buffs to this tank, but there's been no major changes. So yeah, I was a bit peed about that. So that cost me 500 odd thousand silver just to buy the top package as well as the tank and equipment. So there's even more silver gone. Yeah, so I got it and played a few games in it the other night. But before I even bothered getting the Conqueror, I made a big mistake when I loaded the game in. No one in my house was using the internet, so I knew my ping would be, you know, pretty good. So I selected NA East for a change. And I was horrified by what went on that night. Probably played 10, maybe 12 games in the Conqueror, and the amount of XP I ground out was shockingly bad. Hardly any XP whatsoever. And even, I wasn't playing so good myself, but even playing fairly average for me, I was still doing a lot better than 90% of the players that were on my teams. And this is going to be the highlight of the lowlights, if you know what I mean. Anyway, onto the Conqueror then. This was probably either my first or second tier 9 heavy back in 2014, I would say. Not long after the beta test, I would have had this tank, and it was one of the first videos I ever put on YouTube. Was a Conqueror video, a really bad video. I was contemplating deleting all my oldest videos, but someone the other day said, you know, it's like a little sort of history of what I've been up to and how I've progressed over the years and how I maybe have got slightly better at doing YouTube videos. I know they're all pretty crap still, but I'm trying my best. Yeah, so I didn't delete them. So it's been probably 2 years since I played this tank before, but I'm happy to say it is pretty good. It's a tank of two halves. Anything below the turret ring is average, and anything above the turret ring is well above average. The gun's really good. The turret, if you can get hull down, is really good. I wouldn't say it's ST1 good, but it's good. And as you can see in the background, I've been chewing up some lower tiered tanks in the Yag Tiger. Went on a bit of a YOLO mission, and now getting outnumbered, I'm out of position. And I've been out-positioned by those two mediums. Great play from them on the enemy's team. And now I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. So I just angle my armour best I can do at the minute. Try and get some damage done before I go down. Either Panther 88, it's got the Tiger's gun. He can pen me all day long with the hull exposed. He backs off. And so now I'm stuck in the middle of the valley. Completely got myself out-positioned. And here comes the rest of the team. I'm not long left. Aim one up, last one shot, go for the side of the turret on the mutant. Doesn't pen, could have been one extra kill. But, yeah, just another loss. A very big string of losses that night. Did bump into a couple of subs though, I don't normally see on EU. USS Wisconsin, am I pronouncing that right? Bumped into him in a few games. That was a laugh. Fortunately, the first game he was on the enemy's team, and that was my first game in the Conqueror I played. Bumped into him on the enemy's team. I was top damage dealer on my team by a long way, but unfortunately he just drove around in his T49 derping over the whole rest of my team, and I was completely horrendously outnumbered. So that was just another loss as well. And this was kind of the highlights of the lowlights this game. Pulled out a decent amount of damage, a few kills, but unfortunately still not much XP. Really need to start grinding this XP out a bit quicker and making use of my ops, and most of the ops rely on you winning to be able to get the multipliers, and I just wasn't getting it. Although I don't have a particularly good crew in the Conqueror yet. I've got my snakebite crew in, so I changed all the skills bar snakebite, so I've got snakebite on the Conqueror, and converted the crew to a heavy tank crew. So there we go, decent amount of credits. Only a class 2 mastery of 5,000 damage. There's a lot of people playing the Conqueror at the minute, and there's a lot of people playing it well. So there we go. That's just the typical sort of team I had on that evening. We had 2 good players on our team, and the enemy's team, more than half of their team, did a decent amount of work, and that is the difference between winning and losing. Anyway, cheers guys. Hope you enjoyed seeing the Conqueror. If you don't have it already, it's well worth the grind, and I shall catch you on the next one. See you later.